Out exploring today like a champ. Man, look at that. Feels like I'm always on vacation. But I'm hoping I find some major things today. I know it's just going to be large shards of pottery, major designs, but I've only gone a couple 100 feet. And the challenges have already begun. It almost made me want to stop and just turn around and give up. I'm like, guys, it's only been like 200 feet. I don't have any hedge clippers out here. Man, there's got to be a way through this thing. I'm going to have to crawl like I normally do. But they know I'm up for the challenge. They know I desire it. Whatever we're looking for, whatever they lead us to find, they know I desire it. Because it's right in the beginning. Well, the first ping the location. They know I love that blue. No, I'm not going to grab it. It's just a piece of plastic or something. It's not 488 years old. It's not 1,116. Not 2,000. Only a few years old. I guess that's a sign that they're trying to get me to go, because they know that there's stuff that we desire. Let's hope the back is going to be up for it, though. Time to crawl like a child again, a baby. Got a curve on it. And it's got a design on it too. Man, this stuff is just like so worn away. It is. Piece number one, I think. At least it's something for real. This is gonna be another. How am I going to add this to the pocket? Look how big it is. Buck bomb. What does that say? Dough in distress? Dough and citrus? Ostrus? I guess, I don't know. I'll add it to the pocket. I'm not going to be out here too long today. Man, look at that transition. Red to yellow. I think I see another piece. Hold on. Yeah, we got another one. I can tell easily. I can see the grit of the history. No design on this one, though. Where's the major stuff at? I mean the big shards with the shards, not shards, shards. Where are the big ones at? Where are the half intact pots? You know we're not going to find them fully intact. Let's hope that day comes later. Heck, you know what? Let's hope that day comes today. Let's hope it is today. I think I see another piece. When it's black out here, you got to pick it up, especially if it looks like that. Right in the center. Let's take a look. Hey, well, hold on. No, nothing. Well, it's a beautiful rock. Let's say that. Yeah, that's another piece of the pot. Heck yeah. Well, nothing big and major yet. Ain't no design on it. At least it's something. Where does it come from, though? I keep trying to find out where it's coming from out here. And I can't get past a certain point. This is scary though. It is. Because I just made it to this one spot. And they lead me to one single piece right here. Probably trying to coax me to keep on going. I don't need to be getting in trouble out here with the snakes. What the heck do I get myself into? Beautiful. Look at that. Heavenly. Let's hope we don't see any heavenly rattlesnakes out here. There's that one spot I just can't get past. I think I was about to make a major discovery out here. Well, not a major discovery, just where they were, possibly, out here. After all, well, not all these years, just, I've only been out here a few times. I'm looking. Yeah, I've only been out here a few times. It's extremely heavenly out here. But I thought they were trying to lead me to something. I found a good amount of pottery out here. Maybe a couple of arrowheads, like broken arrowheads. Nothing too big. Nothing too major. And I keep trying to come out and find the most major. And every time I think I'm going to find that one spot where they were, you know, the ancient peoples, I run into some kind of situation. In the same exact spot. It's the scariest thing though. It's almost like it works like clockwork out here. On how they can only allow me to go so far. That's the weird thing about it though. I mean, the first time I tried to make it past a certain spot, a pop-up thunderstorm came through and it flooded the creek. And I had to jump out. Just a rock, not a bottom corner of a bowl. Man. And then the second time I tried to come out, what else happened? Oh yeah, the second time I tried to come out, I tried to take a shortcut. And I ran into a giant yellow jacket's nest in the bottom of a tree. And I couldn't get past it. And then it started to rain. So they booted me out of that same location. And then the very next time I tried to come out and get past that thing, I thought I had it. I thought I had it that one time. And then I ran into the rattlesnake on the bank. I was about 5 feet away, 3.5 to 5 feet away, just about to get through these rocks and these other things on this curve. And it was like right there. Well, not generally like right here, but you know, you saw the video. Man, I don't think I'll make it that far today. You know, there's going to be, that was like I haven't been out here in like a year. So, you know, there's going to be some crazy log jams up in here. And it's still going to be heavenly too. No matter what we run into. Let's leave it. It's modern. It's one of those pod label ones, styrofoam labels. Let's leave it. Let's let it stay covered up. Imagine that being found 3,000 years from now. Not broken. See, just like that. Just like that. It's like a game out here. The way you flow through places like this. That is what I'm talking about. Right there. On how I was talking about this and I didn't take it. Imagine finding this 3,000 years from now. Not broken. Uh-oh. What if that's like them who used to live out here 3,000 years ago? And they did the same thing. And they spoke in their native language to one another. Imagine someone finding this 3,000 years from now. Not broken. Maybe they're trying to tell me that there's something up here that's not broken. 3,000 years old. Because that back there, that Coke bottle, just created something within my mind, and I said something. Look how slow I'm going. Deep out in the country, ain't nobody gonna be out here but us. Nobody. So why am I acting so, worried? Well, the further out we get in the country, the more heavenly it is. You know, that kind of thing. But I know what I'm looking for, though. The heck was that? I heard some cracking. Yeah, but I think I know what I'm looking for when I come out, no matter where I go. When I decide to look for the history, the pottery and stuff, I know what I think I'm looking for, you know. They know it too. They know it too. I didn't want to tell you this a long time ago because I didn't want you to get your hopes up about anything major. I don't know how this started like this, though. You know, it's like I was meant to always go out and look. I'm a city guy with a little bit of country inside of me. I'm half and a half. I mean, I would be the type that would be living deep out in the country with a high-rise of my own. Like some modern glass futuristic looking box sticking out of the treetops. My own skyscraper. You know, not too high, just a different scale. Where I would be living in the city. Like real country. Like a country house in the middle of the city. Like imagine a penthouse on top of a 60-story building. And you walk out the back deck, you know, the balcony, and it looks like you're in the country. Because I'm going to have trees and stuff all over the place. I bring the country into the city and the city into the country. But I think there's another reason why I come out looking for it. I think I'm looking for specific designs. I think that's what it is. Particular styles, you know, to try to lead us to an understanding, even though I know what it is. Because I think the ones who had the treasure here, or dropped it off to hide it, the knowledge was communicated, ever so slightly, to the ancient peoples. And some of the time, it's quite possible that those designs that were communicated were designed within the pottery. And I'm looking for them. Not to mention the pottery itself is like symbolism. It is. And I'm out always looking for what might be designs. And I'm looking for the designs on them to see if they match up with something very specific. Designs on other things, you know. Like that one shard of pottery, that one top. Shard. That one top of that pot that we found. And it had a very specific design on it that I recognized so well. It might have been a little bit off though. But how can a design that looked like that was already well known to a very well-known group of people? You know? How can they be the same? Almost the same. And I'm trying to see if that's out here too. And not just in a couple of locations. Dan has a cracker. I think another reason why I like coming out to places like this is because of these bushes out here. I'm not going to call them weeds. There's something else. Well, to me that is. Very personal. it's always that particular smell that they give off. It's almost like it brings me back home. Well, one of my many homes. From when I was a child. One of the many places I lived when I was a kid. Like Grandpa's old house. He had that garden that when he got too ill and then he passed away, these weeds started growing up in the garden. And that's all I would smell about this time of year. And every time I come out to places like this, it's just that memory of it, It's almost like your grandfather leaves that to you. But it's also them that leaves it to us. Because it's supposed to connect, past and present. All that kind of stuff. Smell it right now. It's like I'm back there again. I mean, just think about that. I mean, how you are connected to nature, no matter what you do. My grandfather had nothing to do with like weeds and stuff like that. They just popped up when he passed away, after he died. And the garden just grew up with a whole bunch of what else was out there? Oh, yeah, the blackberry bushes and stuff. And whatever started taking over the garden. It's almost like that's what he left us. Well, some of the stuff that he left us was this kind of life. Something that has a smell that holds on to a particular memory that you can keep with you. Gotta be careful. Snakes love it everywhere. Should have added to the pocket. It's nothing. It's just a glass bottle screw top. Nothing major. No, let's not take it. I just want to wash it off and take a look. But it will be major later on. Eight seconds later. Heck yeah. No design on it though. Yeah, it hasn't flooded in a while, hasn't rained hard in a while either. It's almost like, I wonder if they knew I was attempting to come out here today. I hope that's a deer, not a bear. Ain't no telling. Yeah, but it's like that those pieces that we found, or we might find more today, would have been wiped out of here if it stormed. If the waters got high. Manipulated things around a little bit more. They would have been lost forever, broken even more. I still want to know what goes on out in places like this. I mean, I know, what am I trying to say? I want to know how it happens and why it happens when it comes to like our EVPs and stuff out here. How do they know certain things? Man. I'm trying to listen, see if I can hear them talking though. Never forget a couple of times I came out here a long time ago, and I was not too far from where I am now. And I found something that I was talking about Bryce Harper. I'm a big Bryce Harper fan. I am. Someone just said something. Anyway, I'm a big Bryce Harper fan. You know, I'm a big baseball fan no matter what, but there's something about Bryce Harper. And I was out doing one of my adventures out here, not too far from where I am now. And I started talking about Bryce Harper. You know, I was making fun of some kind of toy or something like that. And I was talking about Bryce Harper. And then I came out here. I can't remember if it was the same year, the same summer, or if it was the next summer. I came out here. And I was just doing stuff and talking about God or something like that. I forgot what I was doing. And someone on audio said, Bryce says hello. Out here. I think it was that time I went to some place. If this was the same place or not, I think it was this place where I did something very spiritual. And I was talking about I don't know, I forgot what I was talking about. Someone said, Bryce says hello. That was the weirdest thing to me, though. I mean, Bryce says hello for what? But to who? I don't ever find points out here. I don't know if this is one or not. It's kind of beveled though. I mean, it's busted. Whatever it is. Maybe it's just a quartz rock designed by nature. Maybe some kind of preform. Let me see what this is. Hold on. Let me get this thing in my pocket. The little piece of plastic. Hold on. Use it for art later. What the heck is this thing? I know, it's like a DVD case. Let's hope it still has a logo or something on it. Not a dang thing. Well, that's kind of artistic though. No, I'm not going to keep it. It's too big for the pockets. I got to keep a lookout for things though when it comes to like the modern garbage. Like the plastic stuff. I got to keep a lookout for it though. No, it's not. That's a rock. That's a rug. Everything's got a curve on it out here though. It's the weirdest thing. Even the rocks look like pottery. But yeah, like look how artistic that is. I mean, some things I got to hang on to and just dismantle later. You know, cut up or something like that. Like I found this oil container. I think it was in a creek. This is about last couple weeks. I found this oil container, and I was talking about the language of nature and understanding the language of nature, knowing it. And it had all these scratch marks on it that looked like a piece of art. If you blew it up, that is. I mean, if you like scaled it up, it looked like a piece of art, like a painting or something like that, like a drawing, with the hatching and stuff on it. The lines that nature leaves behind on it, as it just like gets scratched up and stuff. And then I thought, well, I trashed it. And then I realized I made a big mistake because it would have been nice to keep that and then just cut the piece out and then frame it as a piece of art. That's what I got to keep a lookout for. Situations like that. I mean, just like this, I would take a picture of this and make a print out of it. I mean, look at that. It looks like the sun or the moon or something. And the sand stuck inside looks like a mountain. Let me do that thing. But it's torn, so it's going to like screw it up a little bit. Very cool indeed. Nature knows what they're doing. And they know what we do. I'm looking. Gotta be careful. Looks like they're busting through this zone right here. I walked right in. Like I didn't own the place, you know. This place was always closed off. Right here. With the nature and stuff. I thought I saw something. Don't get your hopes up though. When you see quartz like that out here. Oh, look, it's busted. Okay, so I collected 3 out here. This is the 3rd one, and they've been busted just like this. Man, it's beveled. Yeah, it's been slim pickings when it comes to the history, though. Ever since February, I've had a hard time. Well, the major deal is because it hasn't been raining hard. You know how that's got to happen. It's got to flood the region in all of our hot spots in order for us to find it all, the major pieces. And it has been a challenge, so I haven't been going out. I've been exploring instead. Would have been a nice one if it was fully intact, though. It's not that I don't want it. It's just picking up the broken ones. I gotta stop that. It's crazy, though. I mean, this has got to be a rock. It might be a piece of the pot. Hold on. Let me go wash it off. Carefully. Yeah, it's a piece of the pot. Look at that design on it. You talk about dense. I saw this side on the gravel bar, well, the sandbar. A lot of rocks that look exactly like this. A lot of this that looks like rocks. Man, you guys crazy. Going slow. Haven't covered any kind of ground today. Thought I saw something else. Hold on. Yeah, I saw this. Another piece of the pot. This one's the red clay soils mixed with something else. Gotta be coming from somewhere, but it's not here. It can't be. Why do I keep this stuff, though? What the heck am I going to do with it? I don't have anybody to leave it to. Hold on. Oh, I thought that was like an edge of a point or something like that. Hold on, there's something else. Hold on. I'm trying to put it in my pocket. Where'd that thing go? Oh yeah, that looks like a rock, but it looks like something else. Hold on. Looks like a piece of masonry. Oh, it's the top of a bowl. Look at that brim, though. I know it's just busted. No, it's not dropping in from here, but we're getting close to the place where they would have found all the clay soils to make these things. Man. Gotta look, gotta look. Don't even need anything dropping in here. I mean, you know, say that differently. You know, I'm talking about the snakes. That's pretty dang cool right there. When is it ever going to be intact? You know? Perfect. Piece of PVC. Look at that piece. Add it to the art pieces later. Oops, looks like there's more. Hold on. Maybe something must have busted up here and broke up. Real cool, especially the large one. Add them to the pile. You talk about being scary. Look how dark it is in here. I mean, it's darker to the eye. The camera picks it up nicely to be bright. Maybe I should just glue the iPhone to my forehead. You know, the screen to my eyes. It is so dark in here. I'm probably not going, don't say that. Then I won't find too much. Let's say that we will find a lot more if I decided to keep on going. Let's just start talking like that for now on. Instead of saying like negative things, say things that go forward in time, you know. If I decided to keep going, you know we're going to find a whole lot more. Instead of things like, don't try to stay away from saying things like, I don't think I'm going to find any more, so I'm not going to keep going. You got to learn how to say things positively in a backwards manner. Don't you ever? Do you ever? Where's the real deal Holyfield, though? Probably sitting at home or sitting at the Braves game. It's been a while since I found stuff like this out here. It's been a while since I found this much. Hey, it's one of my triangles. That's probably mine from like last year or something like that. Watch them say, heck yeah, it is. Maybe a couple of years ago when I started dropping them things off, there goes the clay line. The kind of clay they would have needed to make the pots. But there's no way they would have been like right here. I know that for a fact because further up, I found pieces of pottery. I wonder if they're just trying to get me to go to where the rattles. That one spot I can't get past. I think they're trying to run me into a rattlesnake. I'm trying to keep a lookout. But the slower I go, the longer it's going to take me to get back. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a piece of bark. I can't get it out. It's corrugated, whatever that is. Yeah, but I'll never forget that time when I ran into the rattlesnake up here. Way further up than this. That one spot I can't pass. It's too late now, guys. I'll have to try to attempt that thing if I got out here much earlier. But that one time I came out here and I was headed out, turned around as soon as I saw the rattlesnake and backed out as safely as possible. Beautiful. And someone said one of two things. But I figured out what they said as soon as I listened to it a few hundred times, you know. A few hundred times. I thought they said, I'm trying to give you a heart attack. That's what I thought they said. You know, you do have a tendency to have evil ones out here. Not saying that all snakes are evil. But then I said, no, don't say that. Don't say that. That you're trying to give me a heart attack. But I listened to it another 200 or 300 times, and I heard what they said. Was blown away by what they said. But why would they say something like that? I don't even know if it was a snake. Maybe it was someone else that was trying to use the snake for something else. I don't know. But the snake never rattled. The rattlesnake never rattled. And I was about 5 feet away. 3.5 to 5 feet away. But what they said blew my mind. I'm trying to make you a holy man. I'm trying to make you a holy man. You talk about being blown away. I mean, what does that have to do with me, though? I know you're saying you're anything, you're everything but holy. Well, you have a point. I told you that before. Oh, sorry, little guy. That was a worm under there. Yeah, but you're going to say, oh, I found another one. It's busted. Dang, I've never found more than a scrap piece in here. This entire creek. Found 1.5 today. Well, this still busted though. Some kind of blade. But what does that have to do with me though? Trying to make me a holy man. What does that have to do with a snake? You know, in the beginning, I think I left a comment in there, but I thought that might have been Satan. That it was Satan that was the snake. Saying that they were trying to make me a holy man. Maybe they were trying to get me to get bit by the snake or something like that so I can, not turn holy, but you know what I mean. That I'll be praying to God as much as humanly possible because I'm nowhere near a hospital. Nowhere near a hospital. But what does getting bit by a snake or running into a rattlesnake have to do with becoming holy, though? Is it the challenge involved? I don't know. I'm trying to make you a holy man. I know I'm anything but holy. I told you that before. I'm wholesome. This gravel bar is crazy good. Crazy awesome. I mean, there should be like a large piece just like sitting up, curved. 1/3 of a pot. Because it's not going to be intact, you know that. I don't see anything though from a distance. I mean, you would spot it easily from a distance. Easily. I don't see anything. Not even a tiny piece. Better luck next time, I guess. But this was the gravel bar to find it. Dang. This was the one that it would be turned over. Maybe even the half intact pot. All these rocks that look like pottery. Wild out here. Oh yeah, they busted through this one too. I used to have to climb over here on the side. Look how deep that is. What the heck are we going to do? Go through this? Or drop down in this thing right here. I'm going to... Dang! Whoa! Man! Look how deep that is. I used to be able to just walk right in. I guess I'll be walking in this instead. Man, you guys crazy. Well, I'm being protected differently. Why do they run me into the challenges, though? I mean, it's like trying to teach us lifelong lessons and stuff, I'm not going to brag or say anything that I've never been hurt, Maybe they're trying to get me to get hurt. I don't know. I'm going to have to walk over this thing. Back out of here, man. Things I get myself into. There's a couple of busted ones up in here. Never seen this gravel bar like this before. Never seen this gravel bar out here in this one zone period. But I think I just passed one. Looks just like a rock. You got to see it right in order to see it right. Boy, is that ever so busted. Gorgeous. 5 o'clock, time to get nervous. Heck is a piece of glass doing out here? When am I going to find the weird things though? You know, like the smoking pipes, effigies, all that kind of stuff. Here's the clay layer right here. The layer that they would have used. I was thinking about something though, a couple of minutes ago, about that one spot I cannot get past. Beautiful. I just can't let go of it out here. When it comes to the experience, you know what? I mean, it's like, maybe they stopped me there at that one spot for a reason. Not trying to tell me I can't go any further. What if they stopped me in that one spot to try to tell me that that's where they were? I never thought about that until now. But it's such a long, well, it's not that far from here. It just takes forever. I mean, if I took off really quickly, I can get up there really quickly. Look at that. But there's a lot of jams to get through up in here. A lot of obstacles. A lot of adventure time. But I have to keep that in mind next time I come out. Not to try to make it past it, but to keep looking around and try to think if that's the spot. That's where they were. Possibly. And places like this just put you in that zone. Thought I saw something. But no, I can't take it. I can't take them anymore. Boy. See, that's the thing though. I don't know if they want me to take them out of the water or what. This might be part of my stash from a long time ago. No, that's not one. See, I don't know if they're meant to be in the water. In or out, I don't know if it matters or not. No matter what, I gotta leave it. Check out these waves coming down here. Something that just dropped in the water. Whatever it sounded humongous. No, it wasn't like a deer hopping across or anything like that. It dropped right in the water. And then someone says something right here. Whatever it was quite large. I don't know if it dropped out of a tree or what, like a bird flew off and something else fell in the water, like a branch. I'm afraid to go up there and find out that it's like there ain't no way it would have been a turtle. I mean, it dropped in. It didn't just like move in smoothly. So we know it's probably not a snake, but a snake could have climbed up a tree. I actually thought it was like somebody who threw something in, who tossed something in the water on the left. But check out this rock I found. Hold on. I mean, could this be like petrified wood? I mean, there's a lot of this out here, but this is probably one of the better examples. Like petrified bark. There's no telling though. Probably just a rock. You know, from past experiences, we have always learned in my videos that places like this are not the kind of places that you need to lose your balance. You know. See, here's where it dropped in, right here. I mean, it dropped out of the sky, though. Out of the tree or something. I didn't see anything floating in the water like a branch or anything like that. Whatever it was huge. What the heck is this thing? I don't even know if I can reach it. You better look around. Dang, I'm so unprepared. I am. I'm a city guy in the country. Hold on. Gotta look around. I know it's a stuffed animal. It's another Santa. How many more Santas am I going to find in the creeks and stuff? It's like the 5th one in a row. You're going to say keep it. Put him in the washing machine. Save him. Well, he belongs in heaven. If you believe in that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and leave him. I just want to know what it was. There we go. Weird. That's where it dropped in. Where something dropped in. But we never saw anything. And it made a big splash too. And it was directly across from you know what? Hold on. No, I'm not going to take it. Got no bags or pockets. It's just a sign. Well, take that back. Take that back. No, in my videos, anything is possible. What the heck was that dropped in, though? I mean, you saw the waves coming at us. I mean, the first thing I thought about was a snake. But it dropped from high up there. I mean, I never saw it, but I heard it. But there would be a branch or something floating down. We never saw it. Christmas. Hold on. Is this what you were trying to get me to find? You weren't trying to get me to find it, were you? You were trying to get me to understand it. It has nothing to do with Santa Claus here. Gotta find a better spot for him. It's knowledge. It's not Santa you were trying to get me to understand. You were trying to get me to understand what Santa is. What Santa's for. When Santa comes around. Christmas Day. Hold on. He's gonna stay up there for a while. I'd say, you know, at least a year. I won't be surprised if they try to claim it back in the creek later. Get the waters high out here. Watch that thing happen next month. Within the next month. Weird how things happen in my videos. I knew they were going to lead us to something crazy. Another sign, another understanding. This happens every single time in my videos. No, I'm not mad. It's just what's going on in my life. a Santa doll way out here. And they make the biggest splash out here that I've ever seen. It's almost like someone was standing up here who threw a rock down here. But I didn't see anybody. Things just got crazier. Get a load of this. Hold on. I'm looking. I haven't covered this spot right here. With my eyes, that is. I smell snake skins. Hold on. Get a load of this right here, though. It's another sign. Man, you guys are crazy in a good way. What the heck are you trying to get me to do? Check this out. And we just left like that zone over here. Hold on, look at this. They got all the bases covered. Backwards and forwards. Check this out. I think someone said pick it up. Over here I said I can't pick it up. I don't have any pockets left. Got no garbage bags out here. I hope that's a frog making that noise. Hey, it could have been a bullfrog that jumped in. That's got to be a big one for real though. But check this thing out right here. Graduates, finger foods, Gerber, a baby. But get a load of this. They knew I was going to see the signs. Hold on, it's right here. Look at this thing. It's a baby finger pointer rock. It's like a baby's hand. It's been there for a while. We're going to leave it. Look where they're pointing into, though. What direction? So if I came backwards, I would have followed the finger pointer rock, the baby finger pointer rock. You know, Gerber, you got the baby. I would have known to follow the finger pointer rock, to look for something. How, yes. Thank you very much. They are still allowing us to collect. Someone just said something. That is a masterpiece. I know a standard pattern we always find. Gorgeous. What a day for the pottery. Sitting right on top. Dang. Time for some selfies in the light. I think I got another one. Hold on. But let me ask you something though. I find these every now and again. Not too often though. It's almost like it's a bead that's cracked in half. These were right next to each other. What the heck are these things? I've only collected a couple, like a long time ago. I thought they were like rocks or something, but they're always exactly the same though. Let's try to hang on to these. They could be something like historic or something. You know what I mean by historic to me? Yes, historic. Hold on. Let's not drop them. Thought I saw something. Great day today. You think I'm going to find something? Hey, there's the clay layer down there. Way down there. Man, look at that. Wonder how long that rock has been in here. Look at that one. Ancient. All right, I think I'm good for like maybe 1 or 2 more pieces, but how long are they going to make me travel to find those 1 or 2 more pieces if I don't find anything like the next 10 or 15 minutes? I guess I'll leave. What the heck is going on up there, guys? It sounded like a dinosaur, like a pterodactyl. It's making the noise I've never heard before. It had this loud flapping noise. I don't know what the heck that is. It sounded like, I don't know. I guess it's time to ask for protection. This is going to be my stopping point. It is. Look how deep this zone is right here. You got the weird sound up here, whatever the heck that thing is. Imagine this. Okay, imagine. What am I trying to say? Imagine like a tree house and Bigfoot was in it or trying to climb it and started shaking it with loose boards and stuff. That's what it sounded like. Yeah, this is my turnaround spot. They're trying to tell me it's time to go because of this. Look how deep this is right here. It's that same spot I can't get around. First time it was the flash flood that had me crawling out here. Ain't no way this is happening. What the heck is going on out here? First time, it was the flash flood. Second time, it was the yellow jacket's nest. Largest one I've ever come across. In the base of a tree, right up here on the left. And then the rattlesnake. Now this. I'm never going to get past this thing right here. What is it about this spot right here? That thing is up to the head. And then some. There's no way that's less than 7 feet deep right here. I can't get past this spot. And I'm not about to get up in that field either. You know there's going to be rattlesnakes. This is where I saw the rattlesnake. Right up here on the other side. This is where I caught the rattlesnake. Not caught it, but came across it last year. Man, I thought today was going to be the day I was going to go across something like this. I mean, this zone right here. You're going to say you orchestrated this. Say what? There ain't no way I did something like this. You guys crazy. Check this thing out. I know it's a little bag, but it packs a big punch. Let's go and empty out this thing very carefully because it's all that we recovered and it's unforgettable. Talk about another perfect collection today. Look at this one. Recovering the time itself. Look at all these puzzle pieces right here. Look at all the designs. Where does it come from and how old is it? We might never know. That's part of the hobby. Trying to figure it all out. Trying to understand what it was back then. To live. To be one of them. You just got to put the puzzle pieces back together again. Find each and every last piece. Recover it. With your love for the hobby. And the love for them too. Boy. So glad that nature decided to leave a few intact pieces out there, you know? I mean, look at that one. Ancient history for real. And there's nothing like touching it. Looking at its construction. Its makeup. Hey, it kind of looks like South Carolina. Got to angle it just right. But it comes from somewhere. Look at those geometries. Has lasted this long. Absolutely incredible. Could be 698 years old. I was trying to say 3 dates in one time. Because that's what you get when it comes to this hobby. I mean, some of these shards can be 1,000 years older than those. That could be 366. 144. 15. 1007. It's almost like back in ancient times, time was endless. Basically. Time was endless. But everything was connected. Through the line work. The geometries. The ways of life and living. Everything was connected, handed down, from past to future. What a great day indeed today. Even got some modern things to add to my art. Looks like a t-shirt with a with an arm. Things have been cut out. Got it by nature. Look at that car door right here from a toy. They don't make things like they used to. But in some respects, they tried, if you look at it like that. Looks like a native design. There's our door today. That was their door in the past. Even has the handle on it. See you in the next video.